Yes, people, we are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. And for those that haven't seen the Sarcasm City Sports Q&As before, this show is strictly for the residents of the city of Sarcasm, where you lot run the show, get all of your questions off your chest, all of your sporting questions. So get your questions in, people. Any sport, past or present. So any sporting question, it can be football, it can be basketball, it can be boxing, it might be tennis, it may be F1, NFL, whatever sport you want to ask about, feel free to get your questions in. Don't forget, if you are a member as well, I will star your question and I will get to it. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment. Please make sure you hit the like button on the video. Vitally important you do that. Hit that like button on the video, share this across all the socials, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. And also go follow the Sarcasm City TV Twitch as well. And as you can see from the title, it's been Champions League night, second night, match day 5. Tottenham keep their Champions League hopes alive. Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester City all through to the next round. And I'm joined by the happiest Spurs fan in the building, not even in the building, in the world. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you Spurs. My like Jez is in the building. What are you telling me, Jez? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm really happy right now.
I know you must be ecstatic, man. Spurs, it was looking bleak when you was losing 1-0 to Sporting, but you managed to bring it back around. Great tactical execution back into the game. And for a VAR decision I've not seen, you might have won the game, but you're still currently top of the group. Your destiny's in your own hands. Your thoughts. Your thoughts.
Funny enough, guess the guy who called the VAR off.
Who was it? Who called the VAR?
It was the same ref that gave the handball against Liverpool in the UCL final.
Mazo. That is ironic.
It's the same fucking ref. I cannot believe it, but
that is ironic.
Nah, man. What was the question again? Sorry.
Your thoughts on the game and how ecstatic you are that Spurs' destiny is still in their own hands going into the final match day of the Champions League.
One good positive is Conte is not managing the game, so I give us 30% more chances not to win this game.
Don't you think Conte is, if whoever the assistant is, don't you think they're going to have an earpiece and they're going to be talking to Conte?
Huh? I hope they just ignore him.
This guy, of course they're going to be talking to Conte. They're going to have an earpiece or a walkie-talkie or some form of communication. Conte's still going to set the team.
Hey, take it off him.
Conte's still going to set the team up. Go on, carry on.
I don't even really want to talk about the game, really, in terms of, like, obviously, it's pretty simple. We drew the game and all this and that nonsense. But again, what I rather want to focus on is how we got to the situation. And this is obviously it's somebody in the background. It's somebody in the background because I don't want to take too much time. If somebody's there,
there's no one in the background, fam. It's just you and me here. The rest of the panelists will probably join later. Reddit. Just try to avoid it. Go on. The floor is yours.
I'm not trying to avoid it. Like, what the hell?
The floor is yours.
See, because the thing, it's a situation that I've been calling out actually for a good amount of time. Actually, like as you know, and
just sounds depressed,
I'm not. It's not depressed because, like, the thing is, I'm running out of words because I've been so repetitive. That's the issue.
Yeah, talk about it, man. Some people are new here might have not heard what you've said before, so get it off your chest.
No, I'm saying the situation is so weird now because it's. Oh, I can't actually speak right now. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm legit ran out of words, like, because, man, like, I'm trying to describe it the best way possible, because you can see this team needs to rebuild. I mean, it's very obvious. It's very obvious to see that this team needs a rebuild. Even though there were people who were in my fan base, not just the rival fans that did it, but my fan base who thought this team was good enough. Now people starting to realizing what the issues are, what I've been talking about, but the issue is now, this is a really big issue now, which I was talking about on the Monday show, where it's like, when does it become where it actually gets very toxic now? This This is
You're just
the
about,
question.
Yo, I can tell Jez is completely bamboozled by this. All I'm saying is, I said you'll get out of the group, and I still think you'll get out of the group.
But even if you go through the group, it's like no point because again, it's actually a negative for us because
Yeah, I don't care about it being a positive for Spurs, but go on, carry on.
No, I know, but I'm just talking in general. It's not. It's a negative if you go Europa League or going through to the next one of the Champions League because then again, one big issue with Conte is that this guy, I think we already seen the evidence. People in the chat didn't wanted to believe us, but twice a week you see how much of a bum he really is. The evidence was there. People don't want to listen because they think, nah, it's okay. And now you see what the issue is. But I already told you, bro. Next week, I think we got a bigger chance now because he's not coaching the team on the sidelines.
He will be coaching the team, though.
But he will. But he not need to be in the sideline. That's the main difference.
He won't be on the sideline, but it's still going to be his decisions.
No, but he's not going to be in the sideline shouting around at them.
No, he will. Oh, so you think it has that impact? So you think it's going to have that impact? His team's still going to play like his team.
When you got his Italian accent, bro, literally shouting at them, I would be
outrageous.
I would also lose focus. I'll be real. But
this guy's outrageous.
See, the thing
is, what you think? Go on.
Bro, I generally just can't say more because I already said everything, bro. Like, I'm sorry if people are new. Just go back to the streams, bro. Because I'm run out of words because I cannot say more because I said everything already. What the issue is, like, I can't. There is not something new that is bothering me. That's why I'm not even like going off on Twitter or something. Like, bro, there's just nothing new I can get angry about. Bro, like I already caught. This is the thing, bro. They should call me Mystic Jess or some shit because I called the shit out already a month ago.
We call you flag switching, club switching, Jazz. That's what we call you. You know what I'm
saying? I who cares, man?
That's just karma, Jazz. That's all I gotta say. This is karma.
What you mean karma?
Karma for all them flag switching, team switching you got going on.
No,
that's what you get.
You think I'm bothered by this?
Yeah.
Bro,
I know you're not. Yeah, but like Jez said, people go back and watch previous streams and Jez, specifically the United Chelsea Spurs show, and you'll hear Jez, all Q&As, you'll hear Jez getting shit off his chest. Mertaz has joined, Peter's joined, Ahmed's joined. Mertaz, were you telling me you're good though, before we continue?
I'm all good, man. It's been a great day so far. I mean, it's phenomenal. Dunking on Jez.
Oh yeah, Jez.
Barca's tears, like it's been phenomenal.
I'm very happy. My only tears is that we have to go. We want to be in Europe regardless what happens now.
Yeah, man. Just told you getting through that group, and of course,
shut up, man.
From the West Coast is in the building. Yes, Pierre. What are you saying?
I'm good, man. It's a good day.
Yeah, man. Great day. Great day. Good
Terrorism didn't win. Terrorism didn't win.
I can't lie. After the game, I did tweet it. Ball don't lie on capital letters. Ball don't lie. You can't fool the beautiful game. You can't fool the beautiful game.
That being said, I'm glad Atletico Madrid missed that last minute penalty. I am with
saying. Terrorism lost in multiple forms today.
Yes. I was happy about that. I was very happy. Ahmed, what are you saying? You good?
Listen, man, you know what I mean? I'm him, fam.
Ahmed.
That's his name. That's why I said it. His name is Ahmed. That's his username. I'm not lying.
I'm on Football Manager as well. I didn't see him.
Yeah, no stress, man. It's all good. Eddie says they didn't believe in Conte. God did. Eddie just
actually, to be fair,
God didn't. God didn't. He got him sent off.
Hold on. Nah, God didn't believe in him. God believed in me because he sent him off.
Yeah, sure. You lot continue to get your questions in again. Big up. You know why? This guy's been on one the entire day. You know, since the watch along. You acting like it's my fault. Yeah, that's got the equalizer. How is it my fault? Explain. How is it my fault?
You put the energy out there.
Eddie says we only care about results. I hear that.
First equalizer and VAR won me $150 today.
Hey, love that, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You should tell Flores thank you for that because it was his fault.
Yeah. Rub me half my bread, please, Pierre, since I'm getting blamed for it.
No, brother. What the hell?
Ilias says Liverpool are winning the Champions League. Hey, we all got dreams, man. We all got dreams. Anton says thoughts on the Martinez versus Saliba comparisons only happens on Twitter. I've not seen it anywhere else. Vafa, I think everyone's in agreement with this. You guys need to let go of Conte, forget about the CV. The football is just awful. I think everybody is in agreement that the football's awful. Surfers in the building as well.
My issue with him is we are trying to make. He himself said it would take multiple windows, so he's pretty much saying that we need a rebuild, which is fucking obvious when you see Eric Dyer and Davies in the back line with Emerson and Springburg. Of fucking course we need a rebuild. So my problem is so we want to give the rebuild to him. That is the issue. Like we can't give terrorists. We can't give this terrorist this rebuild. We can't.
Well, even if he gets out of the group.
Yes.
Wow, even if he gets. Because you might get out of the group as group winners. You draw Club Brugge, then you're into a quarterfinal.
You think you're winning in France, brother?
Yes.
I can see them get. No. Yeah, because the other result could go their way as well.
The God doesn't love you.
They could draw. They could draw if they draw in France and Frankfurt beat Sporting. Spurs will go through.
Okay, man.
That's wishful thinking. I'll be real.
No, it could happen,
bro. They're losing in Marseille.
I don't care. I don't care what Spurs do. You know what I'm saying? Let me just get out there. I couldn't care less about. Why can't I just give my opinion? I can't give my opinion anymore.
Don't give your opinion. You're holding on to hope.
Your opinion stinks. That's what.
You know they're out. Like you know they're screwed.
I said, don't give your opinion. What do you mean?
It's this, bro. What are we doing here, bro? Like, why?
Jets' prediction couldn't even come true because they drew today.
Fucking true, and then they're trying to give me false hope with the fucking late winners, and I'm like, yo, I'm even. See, I was devastated when we won when Kane 40 scored the winner. I was devastated. I was like,
oh my god,
he left the stream. He left the stream. he couldn't do it.
I get spoken to on here was terrible. But I said no. I don't give your opinion. It's like
because it's not making sense.
They could draw in Marseille, and if Frankfurt beats Sporting, and if Frankfurt beats Sporting, they could go through.
My only hope is the fact is because the thing is.
Conte wouldn't have lost his head if he thought he had it in the bag next week.
Yeah, I hear you. Because
it's tough. You know the thing is. I'm
not saying for definite, but I just still think I think they manage it. But go on.
The funny thing is, from what I've been, obviously, I'm probably going to be rewatching the game anyway, so can I get my final own opinion? But from what I've been told from people that have been watching the game, obviously, the thing is, first half, he didn't try to go. Obviously, it didn't felt like he was trying to win the game first half, and then when they scored, and then we came out for the second half, these guys looked like they actually wanted to go and win the game and set us more in a way of like, at least we can go and create chances, even if we don't have these type of players to go and do it. So my thing is, you can play, you can set up the players to actually be more positive, but you decide to be this negative from minute one, not trying to concede. When you know these type of tactics where you know you have to rely on scoring first to sit back. You can't be a team that be sitting back and concede first and then having to chase the game.
Facts.
So for me, it's
Conte
like,
not being on the sideline, that's a plus. You know what I'm saying? That gives you more faith
in
them.
But
the thing is, my issue is here. I know this team. Don't get twisted, man. Man, I acting like I rate this team also. I've been saying this since the summer.
Yeah, facts. I know you don't rate the team.
You know that I've been very consistent with saying that I'm not rating the team, but I know that this team is definitely good enough to go and beat Sporting at home. Frankfurt, both games we should have beaten them. We drew one game because again these guys cannot finish for shit, bro. Like I see better finishing than a profit, bro. But
yo, this is fun, man.
But
he's not wrong.
Yo, this result has pushed Jez over the edge, you know, because this guy was talking so much smoke and so happy when they went 1-0 down. This guy was talking the most when they went 1-0 down, yo. Flawless, I'm looking at you, you know. I'm looking at you with both eyes. Yeah, now what? You know what I'm saying? Now what?
So the issue is not like my question is, when is it gonna get to the point where like
When is it gonna
The
end?
players are upset. Wait,
What's it gonna end, Robbie?
no, hold on. I
I'm
was saying,
ready, you know.
no. When does it get to the point where even like, no. I'm not
It's
even talking
time
about
to
the
go.
fans. I'm not talking.
Hey, children, shut up, let him talk.
Bro, I'm not even talking
Shut
about
up,
the fans.
Peter.
I'm not even talking about the fans because I only talk about toxicity around the fan base. I'm just
Yeah.
more about like, when are the players tired of playing the shitty football, bro? Because let's be honest, bro, nobody wants to play terrorism football and lose games. People, even the shittiest players in your team, they don't want to be defending for 90 minutes in your own box and lose games, bro. So my question is, when are the players getting upset and starting to get like player power comes in hand?
I don't know, man. I think they're pretty used to it. They've been playing shitty football for 3 years. They're pretty used to it.
Yeah, they are used to it, but they are used to it. They're used to it, but at the same time, these guys are also then stopped. Yeah, these guys also lost the dressing room with that as well. So for me, it's like, regardless, even if the fans want to really do this whole fucking Conte, regardless if he loses every single game and performs terribly, and trying to be Nigerian scammers winning games 1-0. The overall thing is like, once the team stops actually believing in him because we losing games and playing shit football, it doesn't matter what the fans think because the performances and the results will reflect that the players don't give a fuck about Conte. It's very simple.
Fairs.
I don't know. For me, like I said, I'm on loan to Dortmund. We're playing Frankfurt on the weekend. Easy.
And you lot through your group anyway. You that's second,
yeah.
Confirm second, Dortmund. You lot continue to get the likes up, please. Make sure get your questions in as well. Get your questions in. The reason why we are earlier, if you are wondering, is because there is NBA watch-alongs tonight. So if there's going to be NBA watch-alongs, whether it's Wednesday night or Sunday night, I will push the Q&A forward. We'll go to Mr. 34% win percentage, which is Peter taking a shot at Conte's winning percentage in the Champions League.
You guys what the facts are.
It's still a shot. It's two things. It could be a fact and a shot. It's a fact and a shot. Of course it is.
When you watch the games, it's not a shot, bro.
No. It's not a shot in terms of the games. I say it in terms of mentioning his winning percentage. Is it correct? Yes. Is it also a shot? Yes.
It's worse than Ollie's.
It's worse than Ollie's. Yeah, 100%. Ollie's knockout win is better than Conte's one in the champs, but that's it. Peter, I'm not sure if you watched either game, but obviously any games in the Champions League.
Spend my time at work watching Tottenham.
I don't really watch Tottenham, but I'm saying any of the other games.
Hey, Peter, he's not a man of football. That's what
I know. You know.
I made a bet and I said I'm letting it run. I don't give a shit. And then
I know you. Yeah, go on.
But now, am I surprised at what happened today? No. Why is it surprising?
No, it's not surprising.
Like, none of this is. I don't understand. Well, no, let me just say this. Because in this summer, I have very strong opinions on Tottenham. I was called a hater. Yes. I was called miserable. I was called insecure. All these random Tottenham fans showed up in the chat. Like, first of all, where the fuck did you people come from? Second, where are you? Third, like, what are you like? How are you guys going to tell me about an experience with a manager that we had previously? Yeah. Like, we had Conte, we had Mourinho. We know how this works. Like, stop this. Oh, you're insecure that Tottenham are... No, man. Tottenham aren't doing shit, especially under that guy.
Speak on it.
Like, Conte's had better resource teams and done equally as poor in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Never mind that your group is a group of life and your pot one team was fucking Eintracht Frankfurt. Never mind.
Every top team was
never mind. Like, okay, so for those of you who don't know, pot one was Real Madrid, Manchester City, would have been AC Milan, Eintracht Frankfurt,
let him spit.
FC Porto. I'm trying to think. Who?
Yeah,
Bayern Munich.
Bayern, PSG. I'm missing a few teams. Forgive
me. You get the overall points.
Oh, like you get the teams. Frankfurt is the worst team in that list. And these motherfuckers got Frankfurt. And when I saw that, I was like, I tweeted on UCL Draw Day because we did a reaction to the show.
Yeah.
I've been saying they're not going to make it out of this group the whole time. Why would I waver now?
Yeah, you did say that.
Why would I waver? Like, it's just I don't understand why people perceive Conte's like passionate alcoholic celebration as an actual tactic. Like this guy went from celebrating a late winner to getting a red card within like 4 seconds. So, like, look, that couldn't happen to a nicer guy, man. Like,
and then after the game, he fucking cried about it.
To be clear, my issue with Conte is not even the football. It's the fact that he doesn't win to the level that his fans claim he wins at with the football. The ends don't justify the means with him. Every club he leaves is in a worse state than when he came in. Every club that's been handed over to directly outside of Chelsea have improved immediately upon him leaving. Inter finished third in the UCL group and lost to Europa League final and finished fourth in the UCL group the next season. And the 2 seasons since Conte has been gone, they qualified for the round of 16. Congratulations to them.
Yep.
Say what you want about Inzaghi. Maybe he's not a good manager as Conte. It doesn't fucking matter. They won a league title without him, and they actually played Champions League in the new year, man.
That's right.
Good for them.
You know what I think it is with Conte, Peter, and I'd speak for me on this. People just didn't know. That's what it was. That's why. So I wasn't saying you was wrong about Conte. Like I didn't realize how bad his Champions League record was until you told me, because I wasn't checking for Conte when he's in Italy. I just didn't know.
These guys couldn't beat a 9-man Benfica by the end of the match in 2014 to make a Europa League final. Benfica defended 9v11 with their European curse and everything and still kept a clean sheet in Juve's ground. These guys couldn't beat them. So from then, I'm like, you know what? This guy's a fraud. Like, I don't care.
He's
never
the fucking
finals in 3 years.
It's the shitty charisma that he apparently has, bro. Because he fucking shouts and kicks the ball and runs to the fans and hugging his fucking players when his team scum wins, bro.
That's the thing. Like, I have no problem with defensive, reactive football.
Me too.
Don't have an issue like personally with Allegri as a manager. I think his time has run its course, and I feel similarly about Mourinho. But they're much more effective with their pragmatism. I just think Conte's tactically supremely overrated. I said it after we reacted to Tottenham stealing a point from Chelsea because Anthony Taylor thinks pulling hair is allowed. Right? Like I said after that, Conte is an overrated tactical manager. And people are like, Spurs stole a point. Mentality, all this. Where's the mentality been, guys? Like, stop using words of mentality to explain mentality or refereeing decisions.
The only mentality I've been seeing is just continuing to scum these poor teams, bro, because we have Harry Kane. Bro, deep it, bro. We play this shit football and Harry Kane's on 10 goals. Let this, bro. The funny thing is, this terrorist doesn't even want to arrest him for 1 minute, knowing that he's an injury-prone player. But let Kane get injured.
I'm thinking off the top of my head, right? 2016-17, Tottenham were in the UEFA Champions League. I don't remember who was in their group. I know they didn't get out of it, though, right, Jeff?
Which one?
In 16-17?
Yeah, we didn't still.
You didn't get out of that group, but they got out of the group the next season. They got out of the group the season after, and the season after that. The 1 year they were in it with Harry Redknapp and all of his corruptness, they got to the quarterfinals.
Talk about it.
Yeah, so now the first season Conte has them in the UCL. We are 90 minutes from them dropping into the Europa League again.
Yeah.
But hey, man, like, it is what it is. And people are going to tell me, it's Tottenham's fault. They didn't get all these bum-ass players. You're in a group with Eintracht Frankfurt, who hemorrhaged all their best players in the summer. You're in a group with Sporting, who, like, let's not be disrespectful, but their team also low-key got...
They're not that good, bro. Second half, they were not trying.
We are in a group with Marseille. Guys, look at Marseille's UCL record prior to this year. Like, look at their previous 3 campaigns. It's something like 15 losses in like 18 matches.
Bro, just look at their UCL record after they won it. That's what we need to go in the 90s.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, exactly.
Not good at all. These are not like insane. This is not a tough group. This isn't.
It's not. That's what I said at the beginning when we chose the group is here. If Conte doesn't get out of the group, for me, I'm like, and for me, it needs to be convincingly so he can prove people wrong about him. Because again, I was aware of the record at the time. So for me, it's like, and I already was pissed at him at the time. But if you want to have some sort of shit, if you want to have some sort of like redemption, at least do something in that group. Brother, he's making Eintracht Frankfurt with 10 man look like Real Madrid. He's making we only beat Marseille because they were 1 man down. Sporting for a whole 88 minutes. This guy couldn't. There is no any when you literally look his offensive tactics when teams give us the ball is pray to God the ball somehow offense the net. It's not even a tactic. This is his tactic, bro. He doesn't have any sort of passage of play, combination plays. No, it's about pray that the ball goes into the net. And then we get dunked on by Sporting away. We can't finish for shit against Frankfurt away. I always told you that's better finishing on the Prover than that game was. We play Frankfurt at home, and I told you these niggas are suck. But guess what? They're getting sent off. They're getting sent off, and they're playing better. We have literally more man on the pitch, and Conte struggling to just manage the game because the funny thing in that game is he went to a 3 in midfield, and then he had to go back playing 2 in midfield because he wasn't comfortable playing there, and the team still got dominated. And then you saw today what happened, bro. Early again, first half tried to be too negative, didn't try to come and just win the game and secure at least a spot into the next round. Regardless what the other, and the funny thing is, if we win today and the other result obviously Frankfurt won, we would have topped the group today. We didn't have to worry against Marseille no more at this point. But again, now this guy was comfortable. Now let's see this first half out, then come out in the second half, and you see what happens again. And like I said, bro, for me, I told you, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Potter was my dog, bro. That's my guy. Because I can even though for people in terms of reputation, CV, Potter doesn't have the CV that Conte has, but I can trust a reboot. I can. I'm talking about reputation, what people perceive him as, but at least with Potter, when I know if just recruitment can be right, at least I can trust him in a rebuild. But for Conte, when I'm seeing Weston when he's talking about rebuilds and I'm seeing Weston McKennie links, I'm like, yo, if this is a rebuild, get me out of here, bro.
PMP, imagine.
Get me, bro. We already cut like 4 Weston McKennies at the club. When can I get a Madison? When can I get somebody that can go and help Kane, Kulusevski, and Son? Why can you not go and get a forward? He wants to. Everybody on my timeline, I keep saying this. Everybody on my timeline is cussing Eric Dyer for being a shit player. Conte wants to give him a new contract. So I'm like, yo, what should I say? I'm out of words. How I can this? I can't make this terrorism. What is the worst thing after terrorism?
Watching Spurs.
No, that is terrorism. That is terrorism.
So for those that are new here, Jez is not a fan of Conte. Just for those that are new here, in case you are new here.
Jez, you all right? Are you okay, Jez?
Actually, I'm good. I'm good.
This result has rattled him to the core. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's half an hour that he's been running.
Yeah, man, that's what we're here for, man.
Lose properly. That's how shit this is.
That's what we're here, man.
Bro, for me, my issue is like my biggest issue with this guy being is like
Good Lord, Jez.
It's all right. Let him go. Let him go, man. Go on, Jez.
I'll be so honest, bro. Who the fuck cares that Liverpool won the game today? Who the fuck cares, man?
Yeah. We don't care.
Who the fuck cares, bro? So honestly,
anyways, Arsenal were out before they lost 3-0. Let's be real. Like we already laughed at them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna lie, Peter. I enjoyed it again today. Though, seeing all the miserable fans in the stands. That was great. It was great. It was great. It was. Go on, Jez. Carry on. I think he went on mute. That being said, game week 6, of the Champions League, we will be doing that Marseille Tottenham game because that is the only game. I don't know why Surf is laughing. That's the only game with any.
He's pouring his biscuit out. You can advertising the next one.
Yeah, of course. Hey, perfect. This is product placement in the middle of the Spurs segment. It makes sense to advertise for it.
Like, hang on. It'd be like we were at an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting and he's pouring his heart out and you're advertising a beer commercial.
Hey, you gotta know your audience. You know what I'm saying? And that.
Can I just gauge the sentiment on this panel?
Yeah. Go on,
Do
Pio.
any of you think they go to France and get a result to stay in the
No
chance?
No, that Conte is gone. I believe so.
You know what? I don't know a lot about Marseille, but Spurs, for all the terrorism and all the faults, I hear that. I see them getting a result. I do.
Bro, you crazy, bro? In front of that crowd?
Nah, the thing is,
that Marseille crowd is insane.
The reason why I'm confident is more confidence. No, obviously, one, Conte is gone. He's not on the sideline no more. And secondly, actually, the thing is, I think for whatever reason, the ultras are not allowed to go to the game. They are banned, I think.
Bro.
I think hold on. No. Of course, like it's obviously a thing of the fans like being a thing, but one second.
Don't stress. And he says this saga longer than long. I can't wait. Yeah, I might do a Q&A on that Tuesday night. I'm not gonna lie, yo. We might do a Q&A after the game. We might have to. Big up Steve for the super chat as well. I'm gonna get to that, Steve. 1 second. I got a big up as well. Yo, Dan Levitt, man, it's good to see you back.
Yeah,
he says, big up the panel. Finally managed to tune again. Yo, nah. I gotta get to this. This is serious business because he's had shit going on in it. Like if it was just some randomer, like Ryan, I'd let it go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, big up the panel. Finally managed to tune into our live again. It's been a while for me. Tough this past month for me, but big up to all. Good to see you back, Dan. One, first and foremost. Secondly, I hope you're all well and everything. You've been supporting for the longest.
I did well, but you can hold that 3-0 loss, so you can hold that as well. Yeah, so good.
This guy. And I hope Wolves ain't depressed. Actually, Wolves ain't really playing too well, so you know. Big up Steve as well. Says, yo, fan calling show, Steve. But actually, because of the membership, you are a general. So I'm gonna get you on one of these Q&As, probably the Sunday one. I'll shout you anyway. He says, if you want some insight on Marseille, let me. You know what? I'm actually gonna shout you about that as well. You know what I'm saying? Like 100%.
We're gonna do a time to watch Tottenham lose 3-0. We know they're getting packed. Like,
yo, I want to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Entertain.
This guy just wants chaos. He knows it's gonna happen.
Yo,
he's an instigator. He's an instigator.
1-0.
You better act.
Minute.
You better act
Goal
like
from Marseille, 2-0, minute 34.
You know this better than me. This city don't run on electricity. You know what I'm saying? It runs on chaos. That's the fuel. That's what keeps this shit going. You know what I'm saying? Man. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen Jez like this until this Conte thing. Like, Jez would just be running jokes, running bands, saying slick shit in the background.
Football club. It's not that you just suck. He kills the spirit of your club.
He's killed Jez, yo.
Bro, Flawless, you don't understand.
You guys think I'm depressed about Chelsea now?
Flawless.
2018 was the darkest time I've ever had.
Flawless, you don't get it, man.
But when Jez told me, yo, I don't want to hear your opinion. You're a horrible person. Like, Jez has told me bad, nasty shit, you know.
Flawless, you don't get it,
I've said bad shit to Jez, you know. And this is where he drew the line. Yeah, go on.
You don't get it, bro. I'm a fan of football, and he's killing my love for the game. He's killing the love for the game.
You know what I knew? Jez was over the top, and he was like, we was in what did he say? We was in the trenches. Forest.
Boom. Against Forest, boom. I couldn't believe it. This is man knew, yeah. I had fault watches on him. Because you can't tell me our team is that bad where we can go and just say, you know what? Be on the trenches against Nottingham Forest. It takes a Trilla pass for Richarlison to go and win the game.
Speaking of adding into Spurs misery, you know what I'm saying? Lewis is in the building yesterday. So he's saying
Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Everywhere they go. Yeah, free up Antonio. Free him up.
Free Conte, yeah, I agree. Free Conte, man.
Free him up. Every
no, leave him there.
No, Peter, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you trying to
say?
They
can get any bummy manager and still be shit.
Hey, Peter,
I'd rather be shit in I had worse managers with worse teams, and this guy is doing worse.
I think he's doing the Lord's work. I think that's what he's doing.
God, yo.
Man.
My legend.
That's what he's doing. I think he's doing a great job.
You take him as your manager?
I wouldn't take him.
No.
We
had our fun in 16-17. I'm just
you don't want a world class manager.
We have a world class manager. We've got Super Graham Potter.
I've ever brought Antonio Conte back. Oh my god, I'd be gone. I'd be gone forever. I'll be real.
We don't talk about 17-18, man. That's a dark season.
I need for content purposes. I need Conte at Spurs till the end of the season at least, yo. I need this just.
Bro,
I need that guy.
Flawless, you think I'm watching us when he stays? Bro, I've been not watching.
I will.
I've been not watching our games, bro, for at least 20 minutes, more than 20 minutes.
Hey, you not been in some good games, though. You know what I'm saying?
Shut up, man. Good games.
Yo. Jazz is defeated, you know.
What do you mean good game? You see their midfield against fucking Newcastle? Shop,
bro. Oh, like, I'm questioning my love for the game right now.
Midfield was Bentancur, Basuma, and
Jez, how
Skip.
come your home winning percentage didn't help you get the 3 points today, Jez?
Hey man, the best start to the Premier League season didn't help us today, didn't it? Home record hype, man. Winning percentage didn't help today. All I'm to say, bro. I'm sorry, bro. But like, bro, I used to love the game, bro. I used to be watching games there. I used to watch games there, bro. No, I don't even want to watch football no more. I'm happy that basketball is back now. Like, that might be the worst sport now. I'll be real.
That being said, NBA watch along 12:30 people.
Hey, 1 second, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to you. But NBA
nobody cares, man. Nobody cares, man.
Hold that. Tottenham lost it, bro. Hold that.
You think I'm excited about Tottenham losses, bro? Imagine.
Yo, Jazz has been hella mean to me today. You know, man told me shut up. You're a horrible person.
Hey, Jazz,
I don't want to hear your opinions. Like, yo,
yeah, bro. But bro,
all I said was, yo, give me another game to watch on that match day 6, fam. There isn't any other game.
If you don't get it, bro. Under Harry Redknapp, bro. We generally had a worse team, yet for me, he was the better manager. He was the better manager.
Redknapp, but Harry Redknapp, he legit was a man of football. He had the whole passion thing and all that. Players have run through brick walls.
And you know what? At least he respects the game, bro. Conte doesn't respect the game, bro.
Yeah, man played a midfield three of Basuma, Bentancur, and Skip.
Well, and he wants to add fucking Weston McKennie. So what? He's gonna play a 4-4-2 with them in mid. You're gonna have what's
this guy's not playing a 4-back. Come on, brother, you're playing
no. Listen, Peter. So he's gonna play this formation, bro. He's gonna play Perisic at left back, Longley and Dyer at center. Longley and Romero at centre backs. Emerson Royal at right back. Ruiz in goal. And then you have the midfield four as a left mid. You have Bentancur, Højbjerg, Bissouma, and the Weston McKennie on the right mid. And then you have the Son and Kane up front, bro. Bro, this is what he wants to do, bro. He wants to play a back 8.
Yeah, I see that when you played us at Old Trafford. Yeah, it was a back 8, 100%. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Well, that wasn't a back 8. That was a back 10.
I can believe it. I don't know why. I'm so upset at how you niggas treated me in the summer in the chat.
Yo, they treated you bad, yo. Still, they did.
I'm so upset. I don't want to hear it. I want you guys to stay over there on that Conte side. Don't flip.
Enjoy his passion, man. Take it, man. Now, bro, like I said, man, I already told you, bro. If the day Conte signs that contract, this is when the club dies, man. I'll be real.
Yeah, man, he might sign that contract still.
If he signs that contract, bro, I'm on loan until the contract is up, man. I'm sorry.
Screw the loan, Jed. You might as well ask for a permanent transfer.
I might consider that. I'll be real.
For your sake, Jed, the best thing that could happen is you guys get piped next year. You guys get piped against Liverpool. Conte gets so defeated, he runs away like a little rat during the January window.
Mashallah. This is what I'm praying.
That could happen. He is
Inshallah.
He's
both
too
of
far
together, man.
Yeah, go on.
Because the thing is, yeah, because I saw propose obviously saying it's well like the guy only the club is willing to go and back him in the January window, and he wants a centre back, he wants a
midfielder.
How many centre backs do you need?
It's Conte, bro. He bought 4 against Arsenal.
And the thing is, it doesn't make sense because we need to load centre backs. You gave Davis a new contract. Longley is on loan. You love Sanchez. You love Dyer. Romero, he loves. So you have 5 centre backs. So where do we put the centre back in that you want? You know what? Fuck it. We go to Inter Milan and Alessandro Bastoni again. Who doesn't want to come because I can only get that centre back and nobody else. Fucking pussy.
Wow. Wow.
Like
This has been 45 minutes of just Jazz ranting.
That's cool, man.
This guy is
shit laptop.
It's all good, fam.
How is this guy perceived as the elite manager, bro? How did he scam? I know.
Because the fist pumping and the
You got more Premier Leagues than your club, bruv.
Hey, who cares, man? He can stick the into his fucking ass.
Who cares? You lot, because you're still trying to get one.
He can stick the Premier League into his fucking ass, bro. Like what? He kind of trying to.
Antonio Conte is lucky that he came to a club that had N'Golo Conte and Eden Hazard. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
And played once a week.
He brought N'Golo, to be fair.
He played once a week. The moment we had multiple games a week, we were ass cheeks.
Yep.
See, and Peter, you see the vision.
I still say it was the signings, but I'm gonna keep this book closed.
Nah, man.
Hey, this guy
we downgraded as a squad. I will stand by that.
This guy said we must be prepared to suffer. We were playing Huddersfield.
Wait, hold on. You say what's your team this bad? What's your team that bad? Even if you say your team don't, what's the team that bad?
Bro, every team around us improved and we went backwards.
Hey, Lewis.
Yeah, but the team was that bad when you can't perform.
Gonna make this make sense, brother.
No matter what.
No amount of Conte love is going to make this make sense, man. He's ass. It's fine. I get that you guys like him. I kind of understand it. But
I'm purely biased off 16-17. I'm going to be real.
You're acting like the next season didn't happen. That's what I don't understand.
No, but bro, I blame the fact that we went backwards as a squad more than Conte.
Yeah, how dare Conte...
Our replacements for the players we lost were dog shit.
How dare Conte tell our two-time league-winning striker to not show up for preseason? How dare let him do that?
Yeah, that one was still on Conte though.
Like my point is, even if
the problem is, we weren't meant to get Morata though. We were meant to get Lukaku. That was the issue.
Yeah, you don't exile people from work unless you're sure you can replace them with exactly who you want to replace them with.
Yeah, and you should have backup plans as well in case you don't get your first.
But that's the thing. The guy doesn't have backup plans. It's only one way and
another.
He
doesn't have one. Yeah, what was his first sub tonight? Was 68. 17 minutes.
Well, this was this depression, and the thing is, what kills me the most is this guy is bringing on Brian Hill all of the sudden when really and truly he doesn't want to even in the squad. Hasn't played him all season, and no, he's asking this guy to come on and change the game when this guy doesn't even play any minutes. Hoping that he can change the game, and if he doesn't perform well, the fan base is gonna go after him because he didn't perform. Exactly. For me, it's like he's trying to just throw players because he's realizing his players on the pitch are not performing no more because you can't even rotate them or you're trying to rotate them. And I'm just saying, bro, he put himself in this position, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's keeping players that don't even play. Like, okay, you said Spencer's not your signing. Go to the board and tell them you need a right wing back that can come play for me. No, you insisted with playing with Emerson and Doherty as the backups and have that just Spence being a slave on the bench, bro. Like, for me, at least load him out then. Let him go on load, but because you wanted to have backup for your wingers. No, he needs to be sitting there and you stop the development from younger players that have no part in the squad. At some point, we have to probably call out a fucking academy kid because he's just running everybody into the ground now. Like Kane.
That's what I mean. He still plays. He bought Richarlison and still plays Kane all night, every game for night.
Bro, Kane. It's been only one game all season. It's like how many games has been played altogether? That nearly 15, 16. No, it's been like 17 games, including Nations League, since the season has started. Kane only played one game where he didn't play for 90 minutes all season.
Jesus.
And this guy is expecting Kane to
ankle injury is coming soon, lads.
Yes, bro. He is overplaying this guy to the point where he's.
I wonder what he does when Kane's injured. I wonder what he does.
Bro, he's gonna leave the club.
He
will leave the club then.
He'll leave the club. You reckon you're a Kane injury away from a Conte resigning?
Yes, because Kane is bro. Fellas, you see how we play. Can you you saw how we play, and can you actually believe that Kane is on 10 goals in the Premier League?
Yeah, that did surprise me actually, considering like how much of a terrorist he is. That he is the second high. He's behind Haaland, right? In terms of goal scoring.
Yes.
Big up, Matt.
Yeah, big on Matt as well. You know what I'm saying in the chat.
For me, it's
large everyone.
Kane is the only reason. Obviously, I give Kane, Bentancur, and probably Højbjerg the only reason why these three, and obviously Kulusevski at the beginning as well before he got injured. These are the only three people I give credit for saving the season so far. The other people, He had all his signings. None of them performed. These guys that he wanted aren't performing well at all. They haven't really get. Yes, Perisic gives you me moments, but he hasn't consistently performed well yet. But I'm seeing all the other manager signings. This is Ten Hag's first season. All the signings are playing at least to a consistent level. You can say you can judge them. Okay, what they're gonna be. But Bissouma, I don't know what he's gonna be. No, Perisic, I don't know what he's gonna be. Lodi, I don't know what he's gonna be. But Charleston, I don't know what it's gonna be. And for me, it's like your signings that you've been backed with, they're not performing well. So why should we give you more money?
He always does it. It's not even. It's a pattern, isn't it? It's every window he needs something more. Do you know what I mean? Every window. Did it Inter? Did it us? Stuff like that. It's a pattern. It's going to be if he does stay beyond the transfer window after whoever you sign by about late February, March. If you have like 2 or 3 bad results, it'll be, I need this in the summer. I don't need that.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's going to be that then. And the thing is here, people are, from what I'm seeing, I saw a tweet after the game. People that was calling out Spurs fans who questioning Conte. Sorry. I see tweets of Spurs fans who talking about how if you question Conte, might as well just support Arsenal. I've seen tweets like if you question Conte, you don't understand how much of a downhill the club would go. Because the reason why people are so much in love with this guy is because they're questioning what could happen after Conte leaves. Aren't you seeing what's happening with Conte right now? Where is the positives? And let's be real. I said it already. I said it already before. Shut up, man. I said it already. I already said it already.
You asked me a question. You asked me a question.
Violated, bro.
And I gave you the positive, yo.
And you didn't.
I gave you the positive, yo. Yeah. How is it a dickhead answer? Wait, are you not in third place currently? Kane's on 10 goals. You're currently top of your Champions League group on match day 5.
Best start to the Premier League.
Who do you play this week?
I don't even know because I don't give a fuck no more.
I'll check because I know they're coming up on the. You're gonna see a lot of Spurs watch-alongs on here as well, people. You will.
No,
man. Saturday
no,
Yo, it's not my fault they play on Saturdays, is it?
He's a terrorist, man.
Bournemouth away. That is the most obvious 1-1 draw I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's a draw. We ain't doing that. But
and
yeah, they're playing.
And for me, I already said this. The only reason why we got top 4 last season is because again, he knocked us out of the Conference League. I don't care that COVID stopped us from playing the last game. The one game that he had, he couldn't get a result in that game.
Oh, that's true. You did lose to NK Miura in
exactly, yeah. And he was the manager in that game. And people don't want to talk about it, but let's move in it. So he
I
only
forgot Conte has a Conference League elimination on his resume too.
So you had once a week, Arsenal buttered it. Man United just stopped playing football. These two teams were supposed to finish above us in the top 4 because these two started just battling it and just stopped playing football. It's the only reason why this guy got even top 4 in the end. It's so overrated this whole top 4 finish. Very overrated by people. And even last season, I was happy that we finished top 4, but I said we need to build on from this because there's no chance in hell that we're going to be playing twice a week with this team and go and finish top 4 again. No chance, bro. And I said it even at the end of the summer window, there's no chance we finish in top 4 unless we're playing once a week again.
Eddie's saying, yeah, Jez, go support Arsenal. I'm just looking at, apart from that game against Marseille, that do or die game, and who gets through your group. Nah, Spurs won't be on. I'm looking here through the Premier League fixtures. Nah, you lot won't be doing no watch-alongs for you lot, just because of the timing. That's all. See, people, I'm not being an asshole. Just timing. Just on the timing. That's all. Because you lot had a lot of half-5 kicks. That's what it was. You lot had a hell of a lot of Saturday kicks. That's all it is. You lot get your questions in. It can be on Spurs. You may have a Conte question for Jez, which is absolutely cool. Steve says, if Newcastle were to get Moussa Diaby, Maddison, Tielemans, does that turn us into legit top 4 contenders? I don't know about Moussa Diaby. I even show you that is. But as for Maddison and Tielemans, it's more so your manager. That's the biggest doubt for me. You lot could go and sign quality who I know. It's more so, I don't know if Eddie Howe's that guy. Is Eddie Howe Champions League quality? I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying that's the big question.
He's good, man. Eddie Howe's good.
How? I think he's a good manager too. But is he Champions League good? Put it this way: is he a better manager than? Is he a better? This is my point. Is he a better manager than Conte?
Yes.
At this moment in time, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's kind of nice.
Yes.
All right, but
And
where do we
actually-
rate Conte? Is Conte, do we class him as a Europa League level manager?
Well, he's not in Conference League. He got knocked off by NK Mura.
My point is he's finished top 4 before. He's finished top 4.
What an achievement, man.
Nah, I'm saying no. I'm saying comparing it to this question, comparing him to Eddie Howe. Is Eddie Howe good enough to do
look at it though? Like, give Eddie Howe Harry Kane in 1 game a week. And
yes,
do it, man.
Yeah.
Nah, that's my point. I'm not saying he will or he won't. I'm just asking the question.
Like, for example, right?
Yeah,
Lampard finished top 4 with Chelsea, and like all of us kind of don't think Lampard is it as a manager. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
If like you're kind of in a spot where you probably shouldn't be based on your CV, like if you're in a bigger club than like your resume warrants, you can still kind of fill those boots and those expectations. Like, for example, I expect Chelsea to finish top 4 this year. That's not me saying Graham Potter is an amazing coach. I just look around. Jez's team is bad. I don't think your team is good either. Like, with all due respect, Newcastle are in 4th. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Newcastle, this good project going on, but like, come on, man. Like, Liverpool can win all these games and then lose to Forest. So like, who gives a shit? City, yeah, Robot Man, PEDs, all that. Yeah, Arsenal look good, but like, it remains to be seen, man. Like, I don't know. I don't think we should look at Eddie Howe and say he definitely can't do it because
yeah. I'm not saying, sorry to cut you off. I'm not saying he can't. I'm saying that's my biggest question mark with Newcastle. It's not the players, because you can go out and get quality players. It's the manager. How does Eddie Howe do in? How does he do being under the spotlight in a top 4 race where you drop points? Go on.
I don't really like. I mean, yeah, it's more so what he has available to work with. It's not that their squad is bad relative to the other teams. Their squad is thin. Like, they need more numbers, I would say.
Yeah, generally they can definitely.
They're gonna spend, bro. They have money.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing.
Yo, Jez, why did you tweet me saying shut up? You know, this guy. We on stream together. That's just this guy.
I had to make sure you see it even after the stream.
Hey, it's multitasking, isn't it, Jez? That's what
this guy shut up, Surfer, man. No,
don't tell Surfer to shut up, man.
Shut your face. I said it.
Yeah, it's not. It's a conversation between me and you, man. What the hell?
Thank you very much.
Chris says, hey, respect Conte. He's working with players that define bottle merchants.
He is a bottle. Guys, I want you guys to understand. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do some research. I'll be back.
Really, you doing the
research?
Once
Peter opens up his laptop and wait, before Pete, when Peter starts opening up his laptop,
done it now.
Google,
Pete
it's over.
Gonna do that.
Yeah, it's over. Like when he opens the laptop, you hear the music.
Yeah,
like it's a wrap.
You've done it now.
Hey, Chris. Hey, but Peter, before you go,
was laying there just listening, nice and calm, added his own comments. You added that now. What you've done is
Chris knew what he was doing there.
You wanted the fun to here's the rain first. It's gonna wash you up the flood. You've done it now.
Hey, on Eddie Howe as well. On Eddie Howe.
he's been
when Newcastle appointed him, Newcastle were 17th.
Yeah, he's done a good job.
He finished 11th, only 9 points behind United in 6th. And since he's come in, only I think Liverpool have had more points in the Premier League than him.
What have you missed out? What have you missed out? Hang on. What have you missed out saying in that entire passage that you just said? What have you missed out?
What?
How many games was it?
Nope. That in January,
the money you spent
for a 17th place team, right? And that's fine. I'm not saying they can't do it or they shouldn't do it. They spent nearly £100 million to get themselves out of relegation issue, and they spent it well. But what I'm saying is there has to be context applied to it. It's not like a normal you know what I mean. It's not
of
like
course, but
yeah.
At the same time, you see what's his face.
I want to see how
you see Aston Villa. Aston Villa spent crazy amount of money.
Horribly, yeah, they spent horribly.
But you see where they're at. They signed Gerrard.
Hang on, for Peter guys, I want to see how long these players stay, like a Bruno Guimaraes, if they don't get Champions League football for a while. That's what I see, because obviously that's come into they're thinking that they're going to spend a lot of money and they're trying to get into the Champions League at least. If that doesn't happen for the next 2 or 3 years, do people then say maybe it's not going to happen? Do you know what I mean? but they're not looking to break their wage structure at the moment. They're going to have to eventually. They want to eat at the top table. But
I think to get it, they need like a superstar. Like you know how City got like a Robinho type thing. But City right now they do very good business. But at the start, they over overpaying for players.
Yeah,
don't get it twisted. To get to that point, they're gonna have to overspend now. But in the future, I think they have a good enough system to like.
I get what you're saying. Before Pierre goes, what my thing is with Eddie Howe, this is the best way for me to state this. I don't know if he's the guy to get them. I don't know if he's the guy to get them into the Champions League or he's the guy before the guy who does that. That's what I'm saying.
I think he's the guy before the guy. I
don't know if he's the manager before the manager who's gonna make them top 4 contenders / getting into the Champions League. He may be the guy who's Europa League and they're doing well in that. And then it's the guy after him. Like, I don't know if he's quote unquote what Pep did to City, not in terms of winning league titles or anything like that. I'm talking about taking him to the next level. Like, City had a Mark Hughes before that. They had a Pellegrini before that. Like, I don't know if he's that to Newcastle. But Eddie Howe, he's doing well. He's a good man. Don't get me wrong. I rate him as a manager. How good he is, I don't know. It's very similar to how I look at Graham Potter at Chelsea. I don't know how good he is. I think he's good. Is he the guy to take Chelsea to a Champions League? Make them Premier League.
He's better than Conte. That's what I know.
This guy, yo. Hey, Conte got you top 4. But yeah, go on, Peter.
The most fortunate top 4 of all time. That's Man United's advancement.
Tottenham Hotspur have played 59 matches in the European Cup / UEFA Champions League. They've won 27 of them. That's a winning percentage of 45.7%. Antonio Conte has managed 37 matches in Europe, I think, and he's won 13.
Jesus.
So that's a percentage of 34%. So if we want to call Tottenham being bottlers in Europe, that's fine. We cannot also ignore Antonio Conte's winning percentage in this competition. This is not a matter of, Tottenham are bottlers. They always bottle things. They don't bottle things this early, guys.
Exactly.
They've only dropped into the Europa League once from the Champions League. They only did it once. It's about to be twice because of Antonio Conte. If you want to get on Poch for finishing 3rd in 16-17 behind Leverkusen and Monaco, then fair enough. Like, I don't remember the games. I feel like you should be finishing above Leverkusen, but they didn't, so whatever. Right, cool. You want to blame him? All right, fair enough. The next season, they got to the round of 16. They lost to Juve. And then the season after that, they got to a final, which none of us thought they were going to get to.
Yeah.
So, like, all right, cool. Like, I don't know. I just don't think Conte deserves any sort of benefit of the doubt or excuses for the European play. I don't get it.
Even for the league, again, like, okay, good league manager, but you're clearly struggling to manage in the league once you start playing twice a week because you're struggling to rotate. Even if you had a big squad with good players, you still struggle because you can only trust 11 guys, maybe 12 at maximum. So I'm like, and this is the thing that pisses me off the most. Is like, why are they all sucking his dick, bro, when he didn't do anything for my club, bro? He didn't do anything for my club.
Yeah, that you spin. What I'm saying, you not continue to get your questions in as well. And yes, Steve, I hear what you're saying when you say, look at where he took Bournemouth from bottom of League 2 facing bankruptcy to a top 10 Prem. I rate Eddie Howe. Don't get him mistaken. I just don't know if he's good enough to dine at the top table. Is he as good? Can he compete? Not as good. Can he compete with a Pep, a Klopp, an Ancelotti? That's what I'm asking. They're the question. That's the question marks I have because I have not seen it yet. I don't know. Even Europa League, how does he do in that?
I have a question for you, fellas.
Go on.
Do you think Ten Hag is that guy to compete with the Peps and the Klopps?
I don't know yet. It's in the same. He has the same. What's the word I'm looking for? The sample size is not big enough. I like what I'm seeing so far, but that's only in the Premier League. So in Europe, I don't know yet. It's going to be a lot of that will depend on how we do in Europa League. Because to me, we should be winning that. And if we don't win that, I'm going to look at the team and look at Ten Hag and go, something went wrong. Obviously, context matters. If we get a load of injuries or something like that, then I'm not going to stick it. If we're injury riddled and our front three is, I don't know, Alanga and Palestri are involved or Garnacho, I ain't going to be like, yeah, we should. Or if, God forbid, Martinez and Varane get injured and it's Maguire and Lindelof, I'm not going to be like, yeah, we should be winning that. But there's no reason why we should. This is why I put so much stock in the Europa League. If we don't win that, I'm gonna look at him funny. Like saying was off here. That's all. But yeah, Ten Hag, that's a great question. That's what someone asked. Is he could, because I think me and Statman Baines on the show when we was talking about that. Ten Hag could be the next guy. He could be the manager before the actual manager to take us to where Manchester United want to go. And like I say, with Chelsea at Graham Potter, it's the same thing. He might not be that guy. He might be Eddie Howe with Newcastle. In terms of taking a level up is different. Obviously, winning trophies as a manager is the best thing they can do. But making a team level up is different. That's why I rate Poch so highly. People will get on Poch. I've seen him level up 2 teams. He leveled up Southampton. Go look at where Southampton were, and then look at where they got when he was. Look at it with Spurs. He made Spurs legitimately a top 4 side. Before him, Spurs were competing for that. When he was there, it's like Spurs are one of the 4 best teams in the country.
Yep.
So that's what people don't take that into consideration.
I think that's what Poch is. He's the guy before the guy.
Yeah, we could be. Yeah.
He is, though. He is, in my opinion, at least.
What is the difference between the guy and the guy before him?
The guy can actually win titles. The guy before the guy can be in and around there. Compete, but not compete. Finish top 4. But the guy wins titles, wins Champions Leagues, if that makes sense.
Okay, give an example of that happening in English football in the last 15 years. A club achieving success that way.
City?
Who was the guy before the guy?
City to an extent. Mark Hughes before I think before
Pellegrini and them.
Okay, so I guess you could give Mark Hughes and Ranieri.
Yeah, Mark Hughes, Ranieri. Yes.
We're talking like 04 and like 08.
Yeah. Because then it's
do those guys do those guys exist anymore? Is that like the way that clubs do it? It's like people try to do that, but it never really works out, does it?
I think because if we're talking, the dominant team has been City, so it's kind of like Pep's just Pep. And then if you look at winners,
even before Pep, like let's take like from
Leicester was I'm trying to think of winners that
he got hired to now across English football.
Yeah,
that's not really how success is structured, though. Like the teams don't do this. Let's build with the intention of like handing it over to somebody. The goal is to build with the person in charge.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think teams build and think he's going to be the guy for the next guy. But I think they will get to a point where they realize he's not good enough and that guy will get
basically teams build wedded to the idea of who's in charge.
Yeah, of course. So
and if teams have to pivot, then they have to pivot. How swiftly and like agilely they're able to pivot depends on the resources they have available, their players, and who's going to come in to manage the team. But
absolutely.
Just for example, right? Like if Eddie Howe gets sacked from Newcastle, the easiest way to like continue in that same direction, if Eddie Howe does fall short, is to hire somebody philosophically similar to what Eddie Howe is. Like it doesn't make sense for Tottenham to hand over a Mourinho team to Antonio Conte. That's the thing that like people don't. I kind of understood handing over Pochettino's team to Mourinho. I kind of got that. But, like, just the players didn't want to buy into that for whatever reason. But from Mourinho to go to Conte, it's 2 drastically different shapes. It is different football as much as people don't want to acknowledge it. And Conte is just not a good person to hand over a team to because he needs so many specific things in his squad that it's hard to get rid of those things and it's hard to acquire those things.
Yeah.
Like, he needs these niche players.
Yeah, I hear that. What I would say is, but I do agree with you in terms of, you are right when you say clubs are not planning, they don't plan to pivot. Like United, for instance, Ten Hag's the plan, but he might get to a point where it's like, he ain't the guy, pass it over. We tried it with Van Gaal and Mourinho, it just didn't work. Like Van Gaal got us to a point, Mourinho was supposed to be the guy to take us over the top.
So but the philosophies are different.
The philosophies are different, but I'm saying that was the plan.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Would Van Gaal have gotten sacked if your guys' players stayed fit the second season and got top 4? I don't know.
Maybe not. Mourinho was the guy.
This Mourinho plan thing all seemed very convenient to me.
Yeah. Because we sacked him I think the day we won the FA Cup.
Well, like the talk was there, and I was thinking to myself at the time, like, is this only because he didn't make Champions League, or is this actually a plan?
They listened to us as well.
Because if we're looking like in hindsight, Mourinho was a plan as far as like to try and stabilize the club in the European Cups and all that, and like be closer to the top. but there was no impetus from the people in charge to really like reach the summit with Mourinho, which would have been the guy in all of your guys to try and breach the summit with. You know, like if you're not going to shoot for the, like that's kind of like my thing with managers like Conte or Mourinho. Like if you're really not going to try and win stuff for the sake of just winning things and kind of acquiesce to what they need, it's very black and white, whether it's success or failure.
Absolutely.
Like I don't think Tottenham's team was at the level to win once Mourinho left. I don't
agree.
So they should have just embraced the rebuild from minute one.
But this is the issue now where it comes to where I blame the fan base as well, because they are so. I understand that one. Obviously, you want to win trophies. You want to win trophies when you're in the position when you consider where the team was under Poch. But people look at it like from a smaller picture where like you know you all of the time seeing yourself getting linked to Antonio Conte, a world class manager in terms of how people perceive him as. So now they're like, fuck all this. Let's get this manager in first and then give him the time to build a team without realizing that this is not the type of. Pretty much we went through this. We just pretty much been through this with Jose. Everything that's happening right now is very, very comparable to Jose right now. And the funny thing is, I was never even Conte out. No, sorry, not Conte out. Sorry. Jose out. I'm tired. Yeah, I was never Jose
not Conte out.
So, no, because Jose at least, you know what? At least Jose did. He didn't get me. He didn't get me top 4, but at least he got the team to a cup final, regardless of what the road was. At least he got me to a cup final, and the club stupidly sacked him. But I was very angry about. But at least he did something. Okay, Conte got us top 4, but what is he going to do this season? And even the top 4 thing was very fortunate for me in the first place. How it even got to that point as well, where like I'm saying, where I was just pretty much answering myself, okay, you got in there in a fortunate way, but you got to improve the team in it. So for me now, it's like be pretty much going through the same shit, where like you gave Conte players, like you gave Jose players, but these players are not performing. Ironically, the signings that Jose did bought, they actually performed at least at the beginning, before all the players just didn't want to work with Jose no more. But the thing with Conte, it's not even his new signings are working. For me, it's like, bro, how can we compare Conte to Jose when Jose, for me, was the better manager? Like, it's actually so much to me how the club and the people are so fixated with the big names and not looking at the obvious picture of what I've been saying for a good time. That we should have just gone with the Poch type manager, the Nagelsmann, the Potters type of managers, and just start a rebuild and just embrace it. The club doesn't want to embrace it because they want to please the fans by just winning a trophy at a quick way. They're trying to take shortcuts, but you can't run from the grind. The game, you can't lie to the game. I'm sorry, you can't. You need to take the long road, and people don't want to embrace it. Yes, we might be shit. We are really shit. So what's the difference between shitter and shitter? But at least you're embracing it.
I heard that. This is a question for you, Jess, from Chris. Says, why do you think Spurs players deserve benefit of the doubt and not Conte? And if you don't trust the players, why shouldn't Conte be allowed to build his own squad?
This is where I go, where even Peter and I digested, and he even gave me some information. The issue is because I don't trust Conte to build a team with the type of club that we are at. If he was at Man United, if he was at Chelsea, if he was at Man City, I would have been like, and I was one of those clubs fans, I would have been like, okay, you know what? Because I know these ownerships are just crazy and can give managers the money to know and help get them players, even if those players, you have question marks, these clubs are willing to do it. But we know the type of club that just can go out and spend 90 million play on this guy, 60 million play on this guy, 80 million play on this guy. We're not the type of club that can do that. You need to be working under a set value that isn't as big as other clubs' budgets. So, no, you need to be smart with recruitment. But the issue is this guy needs specific players that he knows, it's either this player or not player. So when he cannot get these players, because, again, we're not as big as those clubs and can attract those talents, once these guys don't want to join us, of course, this guy doesn't have a plan B. He's just, you know what? Fuck it, let's take this guy on a loan. instead because he needs different players. And the reason why I give the players the benefit of the doubt is because I know these players can perform better than they do right now. I'm looking at it from a way of how the manager sets us up, because you can't tell me our team is worse than Nottingham. You can't tell me our team is worse than Everton. Everton was literally in a relegation battle literally this season, before this season. You can't tell me Fulham should have been, but is Fulham been alright this season? Mitrovic been on good form this season, but you can't tell me that Fulham have a better team than us. You can't. There's so many teams that I looked at and say we act like bitches. We look like League 2 teams out there. Every time, it doesn't matter who we play. I understand if you do this to Man United, City, Liverpool, Chelsea, fair enough. But we do this to every team, bro. And for me, it's like you asked me about let him alone to buy his own squad. All right, man. So the first player I see us getting linked to this so far during the season is Weston McKennie. If Weston McKennie is the type of player that Conte wants in his team, then I'm sorry. not in a creative midfielder or anything.
A runner, man. He's a runner, isn't it?
A fucking road runner that he has already 4 times in the squad. So, for me, the signs are already there that this is trying to buy players. They're like, when we look at later on the next manager, either the next manager needs to be a terrorist as well and like this type of stuff, or we fucked. We fucked, because it's gonna be hard to kind of imagine having a 10 out. Imagine having a 10 out manager, having a 10 out type of manager, and you have Oliver Skibb and Weston McKennie in your squad.
He was a league champion. He was an English league champion at Chelsea in summer of 2017. And look at what he brought in, man. You can say the board didn't get him, his players didn't get him that. That's either A, he needs to adjust his paradigm with which he views football and his influence and ability to get players with the club that he works at, or B, identify better players.
Yeah.
Probably a mix of both.
Man played a midfield three of Danny Drinkwater, Bakayoko, and Kante, and at Morata up front, and Zappa Costa at right with the back. Yeah.
So, like, my thing is why
Gary Cahill as well.
My thing is, bear in mind that was our most lucrative summer window outside of this one in our club's history, I think.
Yeah.
So spent all that money, stuck with trash for 5 years. And we got
getting your flowers.
Wait, hold on one second. I'm not looking now.
Oh, he said, "Yeah, I hear you a lot, Jez. I'm just pushing you, but your answer made a lot of sense." Go on, Peter. Just wanted to make sure Jez got his flowers.
Like in a vacuum, right? The idea of giving a proven manager resources and time to build his team works, but if what he's going to build isn't sustainable or isn't like conducive for the next person to take over with, if that is not only is it not conducive, it's harmful. It's not like really replicable, you know? Yes, Inzaghi went into Inter and basically has used a bunch of the team that Conte assembled. You could say that's because the owners at Inter don't have the money like that, or you could say it's because Inzaghi loves those players. It's probably a mix of both, more so just their owners are broke boys now. You know, like it's more a matter, like I'm sure Inzaghi would change half the team if he could, but he can't. It is what it is. It's just with somebody like Conte, like that's kind of like the end of the road in terms of like trying something. There is no worrying about what comes next, and that's a very dim proposition to be. Like that's a very dim space to be at, because like let's be real, it's fucking Tottenham. They're not going to win.
Yes,
they're not going to win shit. Like let's just be very, very honest. At least they're not going to win things this way. If he had the team of 4 years ago, if Conte had that group,
this is
Dele Alli, Eriksen, younger Harry Kane, more vibrant the money that Levy wanted to spend, instead of spending that on fucking Lo Celso and Ndombele, and using that 100 mil to get like Conte 3 or 4 workhorses, they might have won shit. Maybe. I'm not saying they definitely would have, but like the team,
there's a high chance.
The team is past its peak as a group, and that's the problem. They need to get refreshed before they can worry about like trying to take a shortcut to success. You're not close enough to the peak. Just fucking turbo boost around the other people in front of you. Like you could say people, like I would argue Chelsea was kind of ideally set up for Antonio Conte to come in and work when he did. people were really down on us because we finished 10th, but we were never actually that shit. Like the players literally just took a season off. Like
you lot did take that season off, yo.
Yeah, like we weren't like, come on, bro. Like, why we finished behind Stoke City? That's an insane sentence. What happened?
Yo, this actually, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I kind of know this was crazy.
Behind Stoke the first season, like, come on, bro. We won 13 games out of 48.
Let me finish behind what's this season behind Southampton, bro. Do you see how I ranted against Nottingham, bro?
Oh yeah, we know we got more of these jazz rants. You know, that's what we're here for, man.
That is an all-time stream right there. If we ever finish against Southampton,
but currently now you're sat third, only behind City and somebody else.
No, fuck Southampton.
I don't know, man.
Fuck them.
I caution any club against getting involved with Antonio Conte, like for your own sake.
Almost my club, yo. This could have been me.
Yo, remember Neville and them, man? They were like, get Conte in. Oh my god.
It is. But yeah, on this, because we're gonna close out shortly. People, we're heading over to the Twitch in a second for the Bucks versus the Nets. Flawless, you said that United have to win the Europa League. Now with the teams like Ajax, Atletico Madrid dropping down, what is your expectation? The same. I always said the only way it would change with the Champions League dropouts if a juggernaut dropped down. So like a Real Madrid, a Bayern Munich, a PSG, for example. None of those are gonna drop down. So it remains the same.
Chelsea.
like it is.
Hey, right.
This is short.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, what happened the last two times Chelsea was in the Europa League, mate?
Hey, you're
Come on, man.
Sure, man.
We are Europa League juggernauts.
I just realized we
gonna be the other ways if you see us playing on Thursday nights, mate.
As I was saying, I'm
sorry, real quick. I need to say this because I just realized
Get off your chest.
We could be potentially the only English club to have dropped onto Europa League. Nah, Conte is disgracing Conte is actually disgracing us. Get this board insecure.
When he wins it for you, I will not be celebrating, but it is what it is.
Wait, you think we beaten Zurich?
Who?
Zurich. Yeah, you don't even know the name, bro. You don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. Zurich, I don't know them, but Tottenham tax. Anything can happen.
To answer your question, John, yeah, my expectations ain't changed. Whether it's Ajax, I don't know an Atletico Madrid, whatever. I don't matter.
You know who did drop down, Peter? Sevilla.
Hey, that's your 2024 Europa League winners or 2023 winners.
And Barca.
Oh, you think Barca are winning, mate?
Yeah.
Hey, watch Frankfurt go down there. Actually, no, because that means Tottenham would stay in, so that's not happening.
Oh, what? You think Barca might get fourth?
No, they can't.
Nah, Barca, they finished third. They definitely finished third.
Fair enough.
That would be ultimate.
Yeah, but to answer your question, John, yeah, expectation still remains the same. Looking at the teams, because Atletico ain't even 100. They could still finish. They could still finish fourth.
I see an Arsenal account today crying about the teams dropping into Europa League. I'm like, you guys are such pussies. Like,
yeah, man, they are.
Imagine crying about Europa League team.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bruh,
facts. 100%.
Well, what are they crying about? They're not even playing anymore. They're going to win their groups. They're not even going to play these teams.
They're like,
the Arsenal fans, they like playing victim, man.
You're going to win your groups. You're not going to have to play anybody in the playoff round. Like, I genuinely don't think people understand that the round of 32 no longer exists. Like, if you win your group,
of course, people don't.
Second or third European comp,
and people pay attention to the Europa League.
I mean, Lewis, if I was an Arsenal fan, I would. Considering that's like probably what we're going to be relegated to.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. I just don't know how to think like them.
Well, no, see, for us, like, it doesn't matter. Like, I genuinely think, like, for some football clubs, you're above Europa League. Arsenal are not one of those.
Facts. They got no European heritage.
Yeah,
Arsenal hold that.
Way more potential. Oh, speaking of, big up Cam. Hold that.
Big up Cam in the cut as well. But yeah, love to everybody who has locked in. Make sure you get over to the Twitch because we're going live on the Twitch right now. Actually, I'm going to click go live while we're live on here. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Peter, anything you want to add before we close out?
Nah, man. Devin Booker is real hoops. That's all I'm going to say.
We're going to get into all of that. Lewis, anything you want to add from?
Yeah, we're still world champions. I have that still. So yeah, world champions. Free up Antonio. And
just keep him there.
Surfer, anything you want to add?
Yeah, keep Antonio there. He's doing a great job.
Keep Antonio Mugabe right where he is, man.
That's right. Keep exactly. That's right. I can't. Sorry, it's too late. I can't think of another dictator's name at the moment. So.
Cool.
Hey.
Actually, he is a dictator. That's all it is, man.
I Cam rents you next Sunday, bro.
I know. Free me off the shackles of Hitler and Kim and Jong, man.
Nope.
That's all I have to say.
Nope.
Tazo, anything you want to add from?
Conte.
Conte. There is. Klopp in. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Get over to the Twitch. NBA watch along, but we'll still be taking your questions as well. So get over to the Twitch if you haven't, because you're only getting half the Sarcasm City TV content. Download the app for free. You sign up for free. Same way you watch and comment on YouTube. It's the exact same on the Twitch. All of the man them here you'll see over there actually. So big up to everyone that is locked in. I've already started the live stream on the Twitch. So get over there. But love to everyone that's locked in. Sarcasm City Sports Q&A will be back Sunday night. But have a look at the upcoming live stream schedule. Plenty of content. Go subscribe to Carefree Lewis G as well. Don't forget to do that. Go subscribe. But yeah, love to everyone that's locked in. Catch you lot on the Twitch. Big up.
Took it out.